Hello Sundari. Today we're going to be making kimchi. Now you can make kimchi with any single vegetable, but I want to do the simple kind, so I bought everything from this specific application. I know you guys can't buy it right now, so you just make do with what you have. I got 4 heads of nappa cabbage. I got some green onions and then some carrots. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to salt this. You can take some salt, and this is how you apply it. You have to focus on applying it here and focus less on applying it towards the leaves, because this is the hard part. This is how you're going to salt the cabbage. Focus more towards the thicker part, and this is what it's going to look like. Now I'm going to put all of the salted cabbage pieces in water so that the salt basically gets everywhere. If you're done with that, press it down, make sure all of it is in the water, and then put something heavy on top so it just stays below the water. Soak it for about 3 hours. If you want to make less kimchi, you can always cut it in bite-sized pieces like this and salt it and remove the water and clean it. Is to take the cabbage out and wash all of the salt off. Now I know you might be like, well, then why did we salt it before? You have to remove most of the salt, and a little bit of salt that's going to stay there is going to taste pretty much normal. But if you don't wash this, it's going to be very, very salty. Now we're going to dry these for about 3 hours. Then the next step, you're going to make a slushy with 1 cup water and 2 teaspoons of rice starch. Put it on the burner and cook it on slow heat up until it starts to boil. You can swoosh it around. We are basically looking at a consistency that looks something like this. Just stop the heat and add about 2 teaspoons of sugar. Mix them really well while it's hot, okay? We don't want any sugar in our mouth when we're eating kimchi. Now the redness of the kimchi comes from this. It's called Gochugaru. It's basically Korean hot chili peppers. I'm going to put 1 cup of this. If you don't have this, it's okay. You can make kimchi even without it. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and 1 tablespoon of gochujang. Gochujang is different than Gochugaru. It is fermented, so it builds a very beautiful flavor. Then I'm taking about 4 tablespoons of garlic, smush it about in a mortar pestle. Then take 1 inch of ginger and smush that about as well. We are looking for something that looks like this. Then put this mixture in the red porridge that we just made. I've cut carrots in very, very small, dainty, bite-sized pieces. I'm going to add these to the red porridge, and then these are the green onions. They're very fresh. I'm going to add these also. Take an airtight container. My sister got this from Korea, so I just put kimchi in this. And make sure you wear gloves, okay? Do not try to do this without gloves, okay? You want to open each leaf and focus the mixture first around the stem and then take it towards the leaf. You have to keep on doing that up until you have the whole cabbage covered. If you are making into smaller size pieces, you can just mix everything together by hand. Then roll it about like this and then place it in the container. All the leaves that were broken, make sure you put them on top of the cabbage so that these do not have any contact with air. Cover it up. You can leave it to ferment outside or inside your fridge depending on what you like. This is the second day, and as you can see, there aren't really a lot of juices, which means it hasn't really fermented. This is the 3rd day, and you can see it started to release water, which means that it has started fermentation. I like my kimchi extra sour, so I wait till the 4th day when the kimchi looks something like this. You can see the amounts of bubbles in it. It's so tasty. It's so khata. This is what my kimchi looks like after 4 days. I cut it and then I eat it, sometimes with dal chawal and sometimes I make kimchi fried rice. It's really good. I really hope you guys like this video. If you do make the kimchi, click a picture, share it with me on Instagram, okay? Okay. Bye.